How's it going, everyone? This is Crops, aka Beast Beats. Happy holidays and Merry Xmas to y'all. Today it is December 25th, 2022. The aliens have used a mysterious biological substance to create a supreme race of soldiers. They do not have the natural powers of the other aliens, but can make stunning physical attacks. Alien Shock Trooper. Alright, you can see the deck in front of you. You just saw this deck in action on my last upload against Team Ring of Destruction. Hopefully you checked out Hydro Pump's channel. Shout out to the team. Today's video, however, we're gonna get right into these replays. I got a little surprise for y'all for this good old Xmas season. So here's the first replay. Two of these duels were yesterday on Xmas Eve, and one of them was closer to around like Thanksgiving time. But we'll just kind of take it one replay at a time. We're gonna hop right into this first one, and let's take a look. So, wait, this isn't Aliens. No, it's not. So, as you can see, X Sabers, Xmas, and it seems seasonal enough. You'll also notice our opponent is on the same exact strategy, almost to a T. Their hand is, well, okay, obviously they need monsters. This is a monster. But I will say, this is my first ever X-Saber mirror match. And I have hardly played the deck at all. I do want to get better with it because I want, X-Sabers to top in 2023. Some sort of Edison event. But let's see. So again, I'm very new to this deck. If you know how to play Sabers, you've played Sabers before, feel free to cringe, but leave some constructive criticism, please, in the comments as well, because I want to get better. I will be consolidating with my teammate Pro Storm, and I want to say Mika, but I don't know if they are part of the team at the moment. They just could be on a vacation. I don't know what's going on. I don't think they're in the team Discord, but people come and go. They take breaks. Breaks are healthy. It's Christmas time. I'm still uploading. My family doesn't really celebrate Christmas growing up, so it's just another day for me, another Sunday. This again was yesterday, but recording on Christmas Day because gotta get the content. We're on good old winter break from school, so I just set Ryko pass. I also have the Econ, the Rat. Gotta love Rat. The good old Fault Troll. Put a Santa hat on him. Put a Santa hat on all these monsters. The Rhoda to mirror our opponent's Rhoda. Search one of the best X-Sabers in Edison. And Bomb. Alright, and our opponent, again, got his emergency call. Very disgusting in the mirror. Rhoda, Decree, Heavy, and BrainCon with a little lag there. And that was probably my computer, not DB, because this is a replay. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Dueling Book replays lag as well. I think they have servers in Africa, someone told me. Alright, I don't know if that's true or not, or if that's even supposed to be public knowledge, but they draw Full Helm Knight, and here we go, right? So this is like unfortunate in the sense, right, that like they Full Helm Knight attack. If I can't, so here's a fun interaction. Just the more you know. If I Ryko pop the Full Helm Knight, they just bring it right back. So if anything, because I have this to get my own Full Helm Knight and I have Bomb, I'd probably just mill if they were to do that. And they summon it, and I'm like, dang, my opponent's got me. They don't know it's Ryko, but they're about to just, out my Ryko for free. Then they set this, which it doesn't really affect us here, as you can see. But they set that, and I'm like, and they pass. They don't attack. We draw another. You can see this is getting powerful. The Fall Troll is just such a heavy hitter. Like, to be able to just, free summon, free reborn, insane. Level 6, 2400, a decent stat line. You do have to control two more face-up X-Saber monsters. That's just, that's the kicker. But here I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to pop the full Helm Knight. And I could, but I'd rather go after the back row because we have answered, well, this is our answer to full Helm Knight right here, these two spells. So we right go the Decree. And, I'm not going to be able to give too much like, oh, I should have seen this play. Maybe since I'm watching it back, but I'm new to this deck. So, again, if you all notice something just deliberately terrible, feel free to let me know. So we mill Ember's Blade, Full Helm Knight, Cold Wave. Pretty nice to see those X-Saber names right there. Although, this card, right, it's kind of scary to see those names too, because if you don't know how this card works, if a face-up X-Saber monster is on the field, so either side, target two X-Saber monsters in any graveyard, special summon both to your side. So that is, like, insane. And I'm almost surprised. I guess, I don't know, like, they just set this, so I guess, all right, if they don't out this, I don't use it. Oh, they actually have Storm. So yeah, they could hope for, like, get an end phase Decree Storm or something, and then be able to use their E-Call. Gotham's Emergency Call, not Emergency Call in Heroes. E-Call in two different Edison decks, that's funny. Anyway, here comes the play, right? We just Rhoda for the full helm. And, oh, wow. Oh, wow, I almost was silly. Yeah, I'm glad I thought of this. This is pretty good. So I'm like, you know what? I don't even need this Raikou. Even though, we do a book, which we could also use in our own Raikou. I decide, you know what? I got double Fault Troll in this hand. Let's just, it's the mirror match. Let's kill before we're killed. I think they say LOL. Yeah, I say the same thing. It's my first ever mirror, so this is like insane. And I'm pretty sure this is just straight up game. Because we just make Goyo and then use the other Fault Troll big back out. Yeah. And we just attack with everything. Yeah, starting from lowest, and we can crash this if they decide to do something silly. Yeah, this is like, I mean, it's lethal, right? It's got to be more than 8,000 right here. Okay, yeah, then I just, oh yeah, this is, man, this is like more than, is this 10,000? This might be more than 10,000. If it's, actually, it might be 97. I don't know, 48 plus 26 plus 28. Man, I should be, no, I should be good at basic arithmetic by now. Anyway, I know it's more than 8,000. So it may have been more than 10,000, but definitely over 9,000. All right, old meme. So that's game one. That was very short, right? Not maybe the best content. These matches in general aren't necessarily the best content, but it's just a little, as you can see in the chat, Merry Xmas Eve content for y'all. So in the mirror, I can't remember what I cited, but all these were already in the main. We got definitely, of course, keeping the Gotham's Emergency Call because it's insane. Mind Con, Cold Wave, Rat, Brain Con. I could argue maybe, I don't know. I mean, seeing Decree game one, I can guess that they're on like a Decree build, which especially, definitely seems to check out still with this opening they have. Good old Rotro Raggy, good card, love this card. Don't love drawing it necessarily, but nice utility card. I like it as a one of, 1-for-1 target if you decide to go that route. There is a combo with this deck. I think I was calculating it yesterday. It was like 0.42% chance, so like 0.5% chance if you're on triple upstart to open 1-for-1, 2 Fault Trolls, and any of these guys. So either one Airbellum, a Full Helm Knight, or the Rhoda, and you can full hand loop your opponent, like infinite hand loop combo. But it's like, again, like 0.5% chance, and I don't know if it's worth playing 1-for-1 for that, but it's an option. They have Full Helm Knight as well, Airbellum, MST, and of course Rat. You got a lot of Rats going on, right? I think I was rewatching a video on my channel because I was curious about it against my teammate Rognock, and I was playing Panda Burn against the Earth aggro, and we're having like a Rat war in that match. Go check that out if you didn't see my GFC 14 run with my outdated Panda Burn deck with Creature Swap and Nimble Momongas and like triple Big Shilgarna. Man, good times. Before Goat won Worlds and changed everything and double snare over Trunade. All right, but that's Goat format. We're back into Edison. All right, let's go. And they say to you as well, which is kind. We have, a kind opponent. It's good to have. Again, I think I was speaking about either in the last video or the one before to have nice opponents. So just be respectful on here. Like it doesn't need to be a toxic, miserable scene. Like no one wants to see that, right? So we draw a fall troll. We're getting the combo ready. We got the sweeper, a troll. We're just missing. I mean, this can search cat in theory. So we're actually almost. We basically have pretty insane hand. And I think for a while this turn, because I'm like, okay, we can mind con that, but that doesn't really do anything for us. I could Cold Wave because setting this doesn't really do anything, but they don't have the grave really set up yet, either. So I don't really need to do hardly anything. I'm comfortable setting this because it's bigger than 1300 defense, and we don't want to leave ourselves fully open either to an Airbellum poke, which they do have. So I just start to try to put my mind in the mirror that I've never had before. Again, this is my first mirror. So I think I just set rat and pass. And I'm like, all right, well, if they have their own mind con, then they can, like, and this is like a tuner already that they're like bluffing with a set Airbellum for some reason, and they have like another Airbellum or cat or something. Like cat be really bad because they could cat to 2 Airbellums, and then sync with my rat with one of them for the Airbellum, and then they can go Airbellum top deck a card, Airbellum hit a card out of hand. Or since I have 5 cards, they could even hit a card out of hand, top deck another card, and I'd be down horrendous, which would be the only reason I guess to Cold Wave here. But I'd rather hold the Cold Wave and just say if they got it, they got it. We have it, but do they have it? Well, we don't have the tuner. They do have the tuner, but they do not have the Mind Con, which I'm almost certain they would be running. But they do. They draw another rat, and I think they just decide rat. Okay, no, they don't summon the other rat here, but they take my rat, and rat stats are pretty funny. 14 by 1450. It's different than Mystic Tomato, right? Because Tomato is 14 by 11. Angel is 14 by 800, I believe. What other? Might be 900, but I think it's 800. What's the other like recruiters from then? UFO Turtle, I think, is like 14, 11, or 12 or something. I can't remember UFO Turtle. That one's not as common. Mother Grizzly, I think, is like 14 by like 1,000, or man, I forget Mother Grizzly's defense too. But I think I'm almost certain like Rat is like the only one from like those like Go or pre-Go era recruiters to have this big defense, and it's just so awesome. Like DD Crazy Beast cannot attack over this. So, but Pyramid Turtle I guess is 12 by 14. So Pyramid Turtle is 1400 defense as well. Don't want to forget that one. But because that's actually relevant in Edison as well. They set the rat, they set the space, and pass. And I draw a Full Helm, which is really nice. And I think I'm going to think again here. There's a chance I mind con this because I'm like, if it is Raikou, we can Raikou pop this, and that'd feel decent. Yeah, I just decided to go for it. I'm like, I have a tuner. You could argue maybe summon it first in case of torrential, but I don't think they're gonna be on torrential, just because one I saw Decree, and of course this is game 2, so side decking has happened, but I'm not. I don't think like I'm a fan of torrential neck sabers. Again, I'm new to the strategy, but you want names on the field, and you have a lot of recruiters. So if you're torrentialing, unless you'd like just set it without any monsters pass, but then unless you have like cat or monk into cat or something, you're a bit behind on getting to your fault troll, which is a big part of the combo, obviously. So I kind of just like figure what, they don't have torrential, and I mean it's just an MST, right? It's like being afraid of the dark. Rats were rats. NYC up in here were the rats. And I saw my tuner because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use your rat. So this is an interesting, it gives me a saber, right? It gives me Airbellum. I'm like, if they have a trap, they have a trap. But if this was like book, right? They'll like pretty much probably just book the Full Night on summon, because then they're just gonna get their rat back, and I'm in an awkward place. But luckily, it's not book. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do something. So I could crash my rat first, but then if I do that, they can go Full Helm Knight, and then my Herb Elm's negated. And since they have 4 cards in hand, I'm like, I want to set them back. And it's funny because what I put back actually almost sucks in a way, and you'll see. Well, actually, 50-50. This would probably be the best card to hit, actually. And then this is okay. But these two I don't want to hit, or necessarily. Like I'm okay with them having them, or top decking them for turn. But the way this is going to work, is I do the damage, top deck the card, then the rat's destroyed, and then they summon from deck. So it's going to shuffle the card away. They discard it here, which would be probably well. They have MST for the Gotems anyway. I was gonna say it would probably be better for me if that went to the graveyard. Yeah, in this situation. Funny enough, Herb Elm has 1300 defense, which is relevant for this matchup. And I explained to them here, just top a deck. It's not, it's Herb Elm, not Airbellum. So they put it on top, and then they get Ember's Blade, and I'm not gonna attack that. I'm okay with them having an Ember's Blade, because they can go into another Ember's Blade, puts a Saber in their grave, during their main one, as opposed to them having to crash in the battle phase at least. So I do not attack with Rat. It's like, oh, I could have kept it in defense, which there's some truth to, but then they could go into like something else in theory. Like if I kept it in defense, they probably still go Ember's Blade. I don't know, but oh no, they could have went Cat. Yeah, duh. If I kept this in defense, they can rat into Cat there, and that's bad. So I set the emergency call, and they space it in the end phase. So rip call, but it's up to Gold Sark, and see they were going first, so I perfectly agree with them keeping the Sarks in. It's a really good card to open, and it's okay. Sometimes this match can be probably a bit slower, right? Because a bunch of recruiters and there could probably be a bit of back and forth. It's just if someone opens like cards like this, right, with like a cat, that's when it's really explosive, and you might not have time for the Gold Sark to resolve. Which actually I think it might be what happens in this game, if I remember correctly. But here they go Goyo, and that's a strong play. Well, it's not a bad play because they clear their Herb Elm and they get to take it, so they keep an X-Saber on their field. Let's see. Alternatively, they could have like they don't have econ or book or anything, so yeah, I don't think there's too many battle tricks they necessarily could have done there. So yeah, this makes sense. They misclick there. They meant to click declare, I'm sure. They take the Herb Elm, of course. Funny enough, Rat does clear that. And it's like if they go you over Rat, like, what are you going to summon it to your field? Because then now I will say, 1450 can be hard sometimes for deck savers to deal with, funny enough. But if but then I have Brain Con, right? So I could like brain the Goyo if they decide for some reason to take my Rat. The Rat still floats. I Brain Con the Goyo, attack over the Rat they took. Rat floats. That's just a downward spiral for them. So you'll see in a bit here that they're smart. They do Gold Sark for Cat, I believe. That makes sense. Yeah, they probably still have like the Raikou in deck. Or if they're insane, DD Crazy Beast is a funny tech for a target for Cat. Not the most insane, but maybe not even that bad in the mirror because you can clear Ember's Blade with it and like still get so it clears Full Helm Knight and walls Full Helm Knight, so that's kind of fun. Doesn't deal with Rat, but speaking of, here's another Rat. Not the greatest draw, but I think I think for a bit here because I'm trying to be on my A game, or we're in the X games, Rat City, and of course I dropped the Rat. I mean, we can clear this. We can crash into Goyo, and that's what I do right here. I crash into Goyo, take my 14, and I'm like, take, and they think, and they wisely say no. And for some reason, I do go Ember's Blade. Okay, that's a good play. And then I actually go ahead and just get rid of my rat. Um, because we have the brain con, I take the damage, and I'm like, oh, go in Arabellum. And that's an illegal move there, sir. And I realize that. But then I realize, hold on a second. Do I really care about this Arabellum? Because I can do some crazy things because of brain con here. So I go cat. And arguably, I don't even have to use the brain con. I could have cold waved at the start of this turn to prevent Saki top decks from the opponent probably, because now they can't top deck cat. They're not getting this next turn. It'll be the turn after next. So I do crash Emmer's Blade, take even more damage, and they again wisely don't take. So I take 14, 14, 15. I take what 28. What is that? It's like almost three. Well, no, that's more than 3,000. Yeah. I took, man, what is that? 43. I think I took 4,300 damage there, which is quite hefty. But then I do clear my Arabellum. My Arabellum with my Arabellum. Jeez. And I cat into my other two Arabellums, I believe. I could go Arabellum Raikou, which actually I wonder if that would have been good, because I can make a Taster with it. But what I decided to do instead is Brain Con the Goyo. Well, yeah, duh, special default troll, because might as well. We're going to obviously loop their two cards here easily. We take that, we use one of them, make Gotems, tribute the other Airbellum we got off the cat, hit that card. Should tribute bring back the Full Helm Knight to negate an attack, tribute the Airbellum that we got off Ember's Blade, hit the Rhoda. Now they have I just set this Cold Wave as a bluff to kind of scare them, and they're top decking and they can't top deck cat. They top deck Ember's Blade, which unfortunately for them, I have my own Ember's Blade right here. So they do the only thing they can do, which is set pass. Most people probably just scoop, but respected is set pass, right? Just to see if I make a silly mistake. Your opponent can always mess up. They're at 7150, so I do the math, run the numbers real quick, and we top deck the Raikou, the last cat target. But it's okay, because Brio, and this is not quite 8,000, but it's like 70. Let's see, I should be able to do this. 47 plus 31. What is that? Jeez. 78. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. This is 78. And I typed something kind of funny here, but yeah, we're just, because I don't have another, there's no reason to hit that out of their hand too. At least, outside of Battle Fader. And I do type something funny here. I put, my next draw was Econ. Their next draw was Air. So the next we got Arabellum Cat. Oh wow. Oh no, they should still have targets for Cat, but not a good draw because the next turn would, especially in that case, would just be to summon Cat if they somehow survived. But then what are they doing with Cat? Again, unless they were in like Crazy Beast, they can go. Oh wait, Goyo is gone, right? I took their Goyo, yeah. Or they made Goyo, then Brain Conned. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just unfortunate for them. So next turn, it would be wild if you set a Battle Fader there. Which I don't think Saber's side Battle Fader. At least I don't. But if they had set Battle Fader as like a trick, and I Brio bounced it, and then they Fader, and then this is my field, and then next turn they're getting Cat, and they have Cat, Fader, wow. That would have been, they could have Armor on Black Rose, and then I draw Econ and have Cold Wave. Wow. So that situation was kind of funny to think about. But that's my first ever X mirror match. We took it 2-0. Let me know what y'all think. How good or bad did I do? I don't feel I did that awful. Again, very new to the deck, but it is a fun one to play. Classic Fault Troll Gotems doing their thing. And of course, the level 6 synchro is pretty nutty as well, Brio and Goyo. Although I don't think we summoned Goyo this match. Look at me, already forgetting game 1. All right, on to match number 2. So again, we're just doing 3 replays this video. I feel like I usually do around 3 a video, sometimes 4, sometimes 1 or 2. This is against Canopia Zero, also known as Mangoes Really Suck. I'll leave their channel in the description. They're mostly known for Reasoning Gate featuring Sinister Serpent. We just did, some Edison, Xmas Eve replay. Now we're going to go to GOAT format for the GOAT lovers, and we're going to give away some Christmas coal. So let's get right into it. The deck I'm playing, I'm surprised I picked paper in RPS there, because we're playing. You already know. You can already hopefully tell, well, just by this, hopefully, and, like these kind of cards. The Mega Rock Dragon, the Coal Bringer. We're going to give some coal, some rocks away for Christmas. And you can see they are on the Reasoning Diffusion build. So what Reasoning Gate deck is better? Leave it in the comments. Mega Rock based Dragon or Chaos Soric BLS Dimension Fusion? Put it down below. All right, so we opened pretty good, right? Gigantes, Trunade, Braincon, Meta, Stein, Pot. They have Break, Diffusion, Scapegoat, Reasoning, Snatch Steal. Powerhouse, Mirror Match. Oh yeah, we were in a Discord call while we were dueling here. Again, around Thanksgiving time. This was a really fun match, so I wanted to feature it because I don't think they uploaded the replay yet on their channel. So maybe they'll give us their perspective. I don't know. We pot into Upstart Monstergate. Wow, I think I was only on one Upstart because I go back and forth on playing that card in this deck. We Upstart into such a helpful card in this matchup, Heavy Storm. I think it actually ends up coming up in this game, funny enough. But our hand's pretty busted. I'm not gonna, I can guess, right? They're probably on Reasoning Gate, but they have been playing other decks recently, and of course have in the past. So I'm not gonna, Cyberstein into Last Warrior or something. Because funny enough, they have the Snatch Steal for it. So what I end up doing is probably just set Storm Pass, hit him with the Pro Storm. Yep, like literally, because we also have Trunade, which is just better because we can bounce swords or something. And well, depends on, in this matchup, I'd say probably that's better. But we get the Pro Storm, as you can see, they draw a call. So they have some traps here, right? Go, call, or Yucky Break. They can fire the Reasoning. But I believe they either fire it or they're passive. They probably fire it here. But yeah, they do. Oh, right, we're in the Discord call. Okay, let's see. This is like a little over a month ago, I think. What did I call? I probably called 4. Yeah, most likely. And yeah, I did. We can tell because for sure, because it stayed in the grave. So they milled Goat, Trunade, Crane, and I did call correctly. 4 is just usually the correct call. Spoiler, as you all should know if you've watched any Mega Rock deck profile or replays on this channel, 4 is not the correct call for this build, however. So if the first card you see is Reasoning, 4 is almost always right. But there's no forwards targets in this one. And that's just another theory behind this deck, is if you call 4, you're wrong. I'm getting a monster. So they set Goats, they set call. Makes sense. I remember them in the call, because I'm about to hit them with this Pro Storm. They were like, man, I knew I shouldn't have set the call. Well, no, they said they shouldn't have set these together. Yeah, because they do have Crane to get a draw with the call. But then they also have Goats, but you can't activate these in the same turn. So if I were to activate this card, they have to choose which one they want. And since their hand is literally Snatch, Break, Diffusion, I'm pretty sure they go with the call here. But we top deck Trunade, so not the, I think we only played 2 in the main Trunades, so we do have this though. And after seeing the Crane, I'm pretty sure I just kind of, really pop off here. So I hit him with the storm. Oh no, they do go with the goats. Huh. I might have told them. We might have actually like decided, I think, before we started to like do a Mega Rock versus regular Reasoning Gate. Now that I'm remembering, but you know, I don't want to. I didn't want to so to speak. I just wanted to see, initially, turn one. I like to pretend I don't know what my opponent's playing, especially in casual settings. Like I'm not gonna be a complete jerk. You could argue, oh, it's being smart, and it is, but at the same time, it's if you know your opponent's playing a certain deck, in a tournament, there's right, like definitely reason, and tons of people try to find as much knowledge about their next opponent as possible, right? Watch replays, watch them during the game. They try to know exactly how to modify their playstyle to win, and that's all fair and dandy, whatever. To me, it takes away some of the fun of the game, of the unknown. I love just going into like a tournament, especially in paper, and just you have no idea what your opponent's gonna throw down. That's like the funnest thing to me, like the challenge, right? I like the dark. I could get blown out, or it will be a OKO for me. I don't know. It's a shot in the dark, but here I decide to fire the Gatling, and let's see how many heads we get. Do we get triple heads? Oh, we're getting close. Ooh, that's nice. I summoned Gatling the other day, or yeah, like I think yesterday I played this deck one time too, just because a little palate cleanser. Again, that Christmas or Xmas Eve coal bringing, the hashling, the shashinging, the bashing. No, and I summoned Gatling with Stein. I got 3 heads, and they were like, of course, or always, or something. And then I had meta, just like here, and I meted the Gatling into of course, another Gatling's only targeting goat. And I flipped it again, and I got 3 tails. And they said fair, and I'm like, you know what? That's true. 3 heads, 3 tails. Ooh, I take it. And then I Monster Gate into freaking Gramarg. Like, that'd be fine if I milled any other rock beforehand. One of my 3 Mega Rocks, 2 Gigantes, Master Monks, Rock Spirits, like over 10 monsters would be just a Rock Earth that goes to the grave. But, you can't get the absolute bonkers every time. I think here I metamorphosis the Gramarg into like, I mean, what, Ryu Senshi? Oh, no, I think I Brancon the Goat and Monster Gate. I don't know, I'm smoking. I just used my Monster Gate on the Stein. I'm like thinking I had another Monster Gate. Okay, so let's see what we do here. We got some options. Again, really unfortunate we can't like drop this and put them on, because this isn't even a 2-turn clock currently. So we're talking in the Discord, and I just decide, to do a measly 26. And knowing the deck they're playing, I'm feeling a bit vulnerable, of course. I think I said a Trunade as a bluff. Yeah. But, I could be dead to rights on their turn. They do have some power cards. But luckily for me, the reasoning only got them to a Crane. So they don't have a Dark for the Sork. So they're in a similar boat as me. I just didn't get an Earth for the Gigantes, funny enough. So here they snatch the Gatling. Strong play. And I'm pretty sure they just attack. Because they're like, if I do it and I get, 3 tails, it doesn't change anything. If I get 1 tails, I should say it the other way. If I get 0 heads, it doesn't change anything. If I get 1 heads, it's amazing, right? They put me down to 400. Well, 14, I guess, after I gained from the snatch deal. But if they get 2 or 3 heads, all monsters are destroyed, and they just use their snatch. They use it to clear the board. So I don't know. It depends if you're a gambling man. On the Gatling flips there, they do set a Regeki break, which they can pitch like Polysork for, or Defusion. I'm not sure which one they pick there. So I go to 38, which is nice because I also go to 48 next turn, but I have BrainCon. And I think here again, I'm pretty sure we're going to end up brain conning the Gatling. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, summon Gigantes. Not... Oh yeah, this makes sense because yeah, I don't care about this because I. It's so like okay. Speaking of heavy being better than or worse than True Nade in this matchup, this of course Snatch is a case where I'd rather have it the other way around unless it was for lethal. But this is not game like Gatling Gigantes because they're at 64. If I True Nade here, they get Snatch back and then they can just like Snatch Gatling, use it again. So that's not the greatest play. Yeah, they do pitch the Sword Light and Dark Engrave, makes sense. So here they actually have to do this, or else they lose their break and the snatch, which means I get the Gatling back. So funny enough, uh, they do that, and then I do decide to True Nade. Okay, I'm saving the brain control. Interesting. I could have. Oh yeah, no, because we are just. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and get rid of my own Gatling, and I guess I flip all the coins even though there's no reason to. And I get heads, heads, tails. Okay. So yeah, I just destroy the Gatling, set the goats, and pass. Oh yeah, because now I have scapegoat set with meta, brain con, Trune. Not the worst. They do top deck another scapegoat, so they're gonna set that and pass. I draw a good old ring. I just pass. I draw another dimension fusion, pass. I draw a Mega Rock, which I do have one engrave and metamorphosis, so this actually isn't bad. I wonder if I just drop it in meta here. Because I think they've already used one Regeki break. And oh wait, I know they have Snatch in hand. Duh. So let's see what I do here. I could go King Dragoon and start to put pressure, and that wouldn't be the worst thing actually. Yep. So I do drop the Mega Rock, and I go King Dragoon. Yep. And I. Oh, this is interesting. They scapegoat right because technically, um, if I go Last Warrior, then they can't go. Although I have to have some crazy cards to kill them here though. Like with Last Warrior to do well. If I summon Last Warrior, I can't summon anything else. So and they have Snatch. There's no way I'm doing 64. But I guess it's fair to just use it now. Only if I had Vortex, would that be a big punish? Because I do just go King Dragoon to dodge the Snatch. I'd probably set the ring and pass. Oh, I don't. Oh, I guess I'm not too worried of Thousand Eyes here, funny enough. So I'm glad I didn't set the ring because they top deck. They're heavy. And yeah, they just pass. I draw Monster Gate. So I could Brain Con Monster Gate. But I think I just attack, yeah. And now I do set the ring. They draw Monster Incarnation, but I can only really utilize Crane right now. So they just pass. Makes sense. On both of these, I would have chained both of these. Pretty sure I end phase goats here for my Monster Gate. It's not even that good to do because I mean it's fine probably. There's Minecon. Yeah, man, this match probably gonna take up most of the video. It was a good match. I do just decide to Monster Gate, and there's some of the rocks stacking up now. And we get Guardian Sphinx, which is really funny. I know they have Snatch Steal, so I have to just clear, set, pass. And this is really funny. They top deck Pot, which is really strong. They fire the heavy. I lose my ring, which now kind of sucks that I set it, but excuse me, it is what it is. They pot into Sinister Meta, which is really good draws. So now we're in an interesting spot, right? Because they meta, they take the Sphinx, and I draw Rock Spirit. So I have True Nade, Brain Con, so I can True Nade, Brain Con, sack for Sphinx, attack for damage, and pass. But it wouldn't be game, and again, I guess they can't snatch unless they See, yeah, because what they could do in that case is monster incarnation back Crane attack Sphinx, and then main two snatch Sphinx, flip it down, flip it up, and out King Dragoon and all my go tokens. So it's kind of like, at least I'm hoping I realize that. But I'm realizing I have a funny play, but I probably just pass. Wow, a lot of thinking, a lot of us checking graveyards and discussing. But yeah, I just pass. They draw a Jinzo, so they have two defusions. They're just a chaos monster from popping off. But what they decide to do is set the serpent. Makes sense. Of course, I can just attack the serpent. I draw monster reincarnation, which gives me even more plays because I have Mega Rock engraved. Let's see what I do here. There's a chance I just attack serpent and pass. Oh, I can't attack. I'm silly. Wow, so I Trunade the Sphinx back to my hand. Okay, yep. I Brain Con the Thousand Eyes. Take the Serpent. Sack the Thousand Eyes for Sphinx. Oh, okay. So this is Guardian Sphinx. Doing but glitches here, and Sphinx becomes like some kind of Rush Duel art card. I I don't know if that's a leak for Rush Duel cards. I don't know if it's already a Rush Duel card, but some weird glitch happens, and I can use everything else in my hand, but Sphinx like disappears when I Trunade it from there, being equipped with the Thousand Eyes. I guess for some reason it just glitched the system. So I do 41. I set it face down. I top deck Air Knight. So again, they could do the reincarnate snatch steel play here because they are going to get Serpent, which is a free discard for the monster reincarnation. Let's see what they do. Do they do the play I just said? Because it wouldn't be that bad actually. Yeah, they pitch. Oh, Jinzo. Okay. Oh right. Oh yeah. So this makes I guess a lot more sense. They get out Soric, then they defusion. This does put them to 300 life points though. They do get a draw of Crane, and they top deck Upstart, I believe. They fire the Upstart, putting me at 4K, but it puts them into a Metamorphosis. They have it normal, so they can normal Tribute Crane for Air Knight, but they are at 300. This is quite the game state, right? They can't Soric banish King Dragoon. Guardian Sphinx is 2400 defense, but they do have Snatch. They do have meta. They do have access to Serpent meta, Snatch, Sphinx meta for Balter. Like, they can, man, they can do things here. Let's see what they decide. I'm not going to, there's quite a bit of options here, funny enough. This is why, I remember this match being awesome. So, they attack Jinzo into Sphinx, clear a goat, which gives me board space. Then they snatch the Sphinx, and I'm pretty sure, they set it down, flip it up. Oh. Huh. Yeah, why didn't they flip up Sphinx? I'm pretty sure they could have, right? Oh, but they're at 300. Well, Rock Spirit only goes to 2k on their turn. Gigantes would only be 200 damage there over Sphinx. Uh, Mega Rock. Oh, Mega Rock can be 21 though, which would be 400 over Sphinx. But they are ending on a Thousand Eyes. Take a goat here. So they could have actually Thousand Eyes in defense, of course, and just Sphinxed my King Dragoon 2 goats away. And then they even um, could have did something different with this Sork instead of attacking the goat. Huh. I don't know. So they take a goat, and then they pass. I draw a card destruction. So, well, now we can just win. So, because I mind con, and I'm pretty sure the Sphinx is, face down on their side, yeah. because they decided not to flip summon it. So it's almost like, oh, Minecon the Sphinx, flip it up for game. But there's a Thousand Eyes on the field, so it's not that easy. We don't have the Sphinx in hand. We have Monster Incarnation, Minecon, Rock Spirit, Card Destruction. I can Minecon the Sork though, banish the Thousand Eyes. Let's see what I do, because there are options here again. Oh wait. We can Monster Incarnation pitch this, and then get back Mega Rock and have a 2800 Mega Rock. Yep. Okay, so I see it. Let's see. We can Minecon Chaos Orc, banish the Thousand Eyes, Monster Incarnation, the Rock Spirit for Mega Rock, remove from play 4 rocks for a 2800 Mega Rock, and attack over Jinzo for 400 damage to close the game. I think that's what we do. Yep, that's what we do. So, wow. Yeah, so that was a nail biter in a sense. We side deck. We side deck in a Regeki Break, but also, of course, the Spicy Spell Canceller. I love siding one of these in Reasoning Gate decks for the mirror right here. They have Defusion, Fusler, Reasoning, Monster Gate, Air Knight, and Monster Incarnation. So, they could almost, if they had a meta, they could first turn Last Warrior, which we do have an answer for. So, I don't know, it's kind of, Last Warrior, this isn't always auto-win. Like you could see, I decided to answer in for it, but also, game 1, they had Regeki Break and they had Snatch. Excuse me. So, Last Warrior, isn't auto-win against Reasoning Gate. Sometimes, but definitely not all the time. Depends on, if your opponent's going to be prepared for it or not. So they Reasoning into Serpent, and, a lot of people are like, oh, Serpent's so bad, look at them, they're just Reasoning into it. And of course, if you're trying to OTK, it's not great. But, there's more of a control build. So that's free Monster Gate right there. And when they add it back next standby, that's free Monster Reincarnation fodder as well, amongst other discard cards, such as Regeki Break, like we saw in Game 1. So, and Metamorphosis seeing into Thousand Eyes is always, could be quite the menace. And GOAT format, it's part of, where it gets its name. And they Monster Gate into DMOC, which is disgusting. So they're really popping off. They're going to set up they have Monster Incarnation. Oh, yeah, they milled BLS, and they have Monster Incarnation with the light and dark. Oh, boy. So, they add back Monster Gate. Because they have Dimension Fusion, you can, let Monster Gate, your DMOC, go into Crane, draw a card. Then you can Monster Reincarnation, discard the Air Knight, add back BLS. But that would require you to summon BLS turn 1. And while you do have a ring, a somewhat quote-unquote protection from like a Snatch or Brain, it's a little worrisome to just drop that turn 1. So they have a lot of gas, but there's not necessarily a reason for them to do it. There's another out to, like, Last Warrior, Spell Canceller, Kaiku type cards. Let's see what they do. So yeah, they set Fusler, Defusion, which is interesting. I definitely am not on Nobleman. Did not side that in for this matchup. We draw Gigantes. So our hand, isn't necessarily too great right now. I just set Regeki Break and pass, I believe. And they do draw Torrential. So they ring Torrential. They can pop off, but, they could also probably guess that this could very well be a Scapegoat. So I'm curious what they do here. Yeah, okay, so sacking for Air Knight makes sense. I lag out there for a sec. And now, they hit me with this, and I think about this for a minute. I decide to take the 19. They draw Reasoning. I'm guessing I take the 16 too then. Yep, so I figure Stein is off the table. I don't know if I sided it out or in or whatnot for this game. There's a chance I took it out, figuring, I may very well go below 5k in this match. And we draw our own Reasoning. So they don't set the Torrential. I don't know if I think we're pro-storming again. And here we have options. Like, I'm pretty sure I heavy here. It's either reasoning or heavy first, probably. But I think I heavy here. Oh no, I do reasoning first. Okay, I mean that's also fair. Okay, and now we don't have to. And now we have a Gigantes live. There's Compulse, which I sided in. Can't remember what they called. Um, Probably 8, if I had to guess. Oh, they did not call 8. They must have called 6. Oh, because they have a ring. Yeah, they probably called 6. So, wow, this DMOC gives us some answers, or some options here. We have the heavy play. See, if I had heavy first, it probably won't matter much, though. It definitely probably matters, but we're both taking 28 to the ring regardless. If I do heavy here, I probably get back like graceful and just try to dig for gas. Yep. Do I fire the storm yet? Nope. I fire the graceful. Drawing, ooh, Megamorph, Vortex. What's the other draw? Monster Gate, I think. So, wow, this is. Oh, I throw game right here, I believe. Yeah, there. I'm not. I don't want to think too hard because the video is already gonna be probably like an hour plus as usual. I'm always like, I'm gonna make it quick, and then it's like over an hour. There's a way to have game here, like almost 100% with 100% certainty. I'm pretty sure. But I do. Spoiler: I throw. So if y'all want to pause, and here's the they have a set ring, a crane, and an air knight, and here's what we have. We have a set live Regeki break, and this hand and this grave. And if you want to pause the video, there is a way to win this turn. I'm almost 100%. I'm like nearly 100% positive, especially because of this Megamorph, that there's a way to just win this turn. Maybe there's another piece of information you need. Monster Gate targets. Did I put the jars in? I don't think I put the Cyber Jar Morphing Jar in this game. So I think the only things to get off Monster Gate here were like either Jinzo or Grand Marg, and maybe Tribe. Oh, and Monk Fighter. Which we. Oh, we don't have Monster Incarnation here. Okay. So yeah, Monk Fighter would probably be pretty bad. But I mean, we have, Primo, Gate, Reason. There definitely, yeah, is a way, from what I remember. But I discard Reasoning. Did I just discard Reasoning Monster Gate? Wow. I probably, didn't have the greatest targets, but like this hand is insane. It's so interesting. I decided to do that. So I'm gonna just go kind of a bit quicker here. Again, I do throw by just relying on. At least I think I throw. So I do. Yeah, I pitch Spell Canceler, which is nice because it's going to let me go Gigantes and premature back the Spell Canceler. And then we just, this is 2-turn clock, but they top deck Snatch. Oh wait, what am I thinking? They top deck Snatch, has Spell Canceler on field. They set Torrential, hoping I play into it, but I'm pretty sure we just attack. Yeah. Do I throw? Oh yeah. So yeah, I did throw. I remember. So I did. So funny enough, right? Their backs against the wall, but they do have Light and Dark, and probably one, if not two, Chaos Works in deck as answers. And right here they draw the answer. So what is that? 1 or 2 out of 19. Also could have drawn a Regeki break there. Let's see. What are the other outs? They probably had like four or five outs in deck. So like a 20 to 25% chance they draw the out there. I believe. That was definitely one of the best answers to it. And that is the end of the game. Yeah, no questions asked. So we threw game two, but you know what? That's okay. It would have been a swift 2-0. And as I always say, the best matches go to game three. So on to game three, we got Scapegoat, Book, Reasoning, Tribe, Graceful, and the sixth card being Rock Spirit. Sided in the Tribe and the Book. Okay, you know what? I see the Book sided. That means there is at least Cyber Jar, but probably Morphine Jar instead of like Stein in this game. They have Defusion, Sork, Upstart, Crane, and BLS. So we set the goats, and we pass. They draw Metamorphosis. They upstart into Scapegoat. They summon Crane, and just try to start to get damage in. I decided to take 16, because after the upstart, brings me down to just 74. They set goats of their own and pass. I top deck Monster Gate, so that's like unfortunate with goat set, I guess. Maybe I should have just used it. But, okay, they type in the chat here, even though I'm pretty sure we're still talking on Discord. So they call 8, and they get it right. They get it right, which I think it was like a 1 in 4 chance. Funny enough, if I had gotten a jar there, I did have the book for it. Here I just decided Graceful probably. Oh no, I dropped Rock Spirit and Monster Gate first, I guess. Oh, I swing. I guess I swing and then Monster Gate, maybe. No, we want a Monster Gate Scapegoat token. Okay. And I don't see much reason to set a book until, like, if they do have the heavy, their hand, Demog, BLS, Sorg, Meta, Defusion. No Dark Engrave. Of course, if they can ever discard that Demog, that's pretty bad. So here, I mean, they just meta for Thousand Eyes. And since we didn't set book, we do get our Rock Spirit taken. I got a goat here, though. Yeah. Oh, that's funny, goat tokens. Alright, that was the Guardian Sphinx and the glitched game 1. I could have taken the 17 because I have Tribe. But I don't really have too many good discards. Like, I don't want to be discarding these cards. All these good spells. So, what I can do is go to Monster Gate. Either Graceful or Monster Gate. Let's see what I decide. Could also just pass, but I wonder if I pass. I just want to go to 6 cards, just set up the tank, because they're sitting out. They have to out their own Thousand Eyes. Well, of course they haven't used any Monster Gates yet, so that would out their Thousand Eyes pretty easily. So I do just fire the Monster Gate here. Milling, Heavy Ring, Break, Snatch, Brain Con, Rocks. Good old Christmas. Oh my gosh, and we get the Cyber Jar. So this is really funny. I do fire the Graceful. I remember something really funny happening. Let's see. Drawing Trunade, Monk Fighter, Compulse. Interesting game here. So I discard Monk, because I figure that's not doing me too much. And either the Trunade or the Book. The Book, so I'm just foregoing the Cyber Jar effect. So I am going to premature back the Demok. Oh, right, I do have Demok in the grave. And get back the Pot of Greed. Choosing the plus over the Graceful. Drawing Monster Gate, Gigantes. Monster Gating another Go token. Oh wow, I have like no cards in deck. Into Stein. So I kept Stein in. So I guess I did Stein, Cyber. And Morphine Jar really isn't the greatest card necessarily. It could be funny, but wow, this graveyard. What? Okay, I have 1 card in deck. So yeah, we're ending things here. I Trunade the Prima back. I can Prima Stein. Rock Spirit goes to my hand. I summon Tribe to clear my own goat token. Oh yeah, I think I mess up here because I'm like, I pitch Compulse. I I'm realizing, wait, that kills my DMOC too. That's not good. But it's fine because we can go Master of Oz, and then we can premature back the properly summoned Rock Spirit. Or I think Monk Fighter might even do it. Yeah, premature back Monk Fighter. And I think this is like exactly, very close to exact. Let's see. So this is 2000, 62, 71. Oh yeah, no, it's over 8,000. And we have a Gigantes in hand. Oh, the Cyberjar, Monk Fighter, these rocks attack for game. Look at this field. Tribe, Cyberjar, Master of Oz, Cyberstein, Monk Fighter. That's awesome. The last card in deck was the third Gigantes. And their next draw would have been Regeki Break, another out to Spell Canceller. So, again, things like Spell Canceller and Last Word for Another Planet are not the, end all be all, but they can be pretty dang demanding, in this matchup. So that's going to do it for that match. A little intermission, probably like 30-minute go intermission for y'all against good old Mangoes Really Suck. Again, I'll leave his channel link in the description. Mega Rock Gate could have had the 2-0, but 2-1. We still took the W. Shout out to him. Awesome duelist. And on to the final match of the video. We are against Zekrisky. Tactical tie there. Both picking scissors. I pick scissors again because we are on, of course, the almighty X-Saber Eve. He pivoted to rock, so he got us. He draws Got his emergency call, again, insane in the mirror. But you never really necessarily expect the mirror, right? Hamster, 2 Chains, has made an appearance in this video as well as the last video. MST, and Airbellum. It's an interesting trap lineup. So he sets Hamster, sets MST, sets a Chain, and passes. Makes sense. We do have a Storm, and I top deck Decree. So I have Book, Cat, Airbellum, Heavy, Ember's Blade, Decree. So this is quite an interesting one. Again, very new to the deck. Let's see what we end up doing. We go set Embers, set Decree, pass. He does have the MST. He does not decide to end phase MST. Going to 4 cards in hand. Funny enough, if it was Dust Shoot, he actually wants us to Dust Shoot. Probably, yeah, this hand put one of these 2 back. Probably definitely, I guess, the Airbellum in this case. He summons Airbellum and swings. And now the cat's out of the bag. Well, it's actually still in the hand. But it's a mirror match. So I go into Full Helm Knight. And, him not flipping this tells me it's not a Raikou. I try to end phase Decree. Because, yeah, he's got Call, Chain. But he does have the space for it. But not to fear. Because this is 1 X-Saber monster engraved away from resolving. I draw a level limit, not the greatest card in the mirror. But I'm pretty sure I'd, just go with the Storm. Ends up being E-Call Chain. Good to see those gone. And we do have an Ember's Blade engraved. So here we're just going to think for a hot minute. And I'm like, you know what? I want to hit those 2 cards in your hand. It's probably like an Ember's Blade of his own. Which would be unfortunate. Or even could be like a rat. Or it's probably a recruiter. I'm not thinking hamster, but of course Sabers have historically played hamster, especially when Dark Soul came out. Insane card. I figure in case it's a morphing jar, I'll set the level limit, just because. And then we'll go into do the whole book play and battle step, get us back our Ember's Blade, and I'm pretty sure I attack with Ember's Blade. Yeah, not expecting for it to be like a Raikou. Because if it's a Raikou, yes, he could pop into Airbellum, but then I still have 1 card out of his hand. So, but if it was Raikou, he likely would have flipped it and probably would have maybe MST'd our Decree, and then flip Raikou, popped our set Ember's Blade. So almost tells me that it is hamster, but so he gets the hamster. So he's playing multiple Raikou. Of course, makes sense since he's on hamster. And here I think for a minute, I'm like, man, I didn't get his hand, but I'm like, well, I don't. These air bellums are going to be destroyed in the end phase, so I'll just go Brio. Kind of a aggressive play with only having a level limit set, and not at least something like Decree. I ended up just deciding to bounce the Raikou to his hand, and then just pass. And I think this is not good, but it was a tough spot. Like, he gets to flip the Raikou, pop the Full Helm Knight. Unless, I can like make Gotham's and hit the two cards in his hand. So it'd be the Raikou and the Chain. But then, he'd have a set Raikou on field, Hamster on field, and top decking a Rotif return. And I think I would have had to use my whole field. I guess I could have used the level limit in main too, and would have got to keep this in hand. But then, the level limit isn't again. It's not that good in this matchup in particular. Like if I would guess they're hopefully playing the card as well, So here they get their Full Helm Knight, and I'm like, oh man, they got like book or something, and this is not going to be good. But they set Chain and pass. I'm pretty sure. Oh no, they Black Rose the field. That's right. Oh yeah, that's brutal. And then they set Chain, but their hand is double Raikou. So I don't know about the other Raikou, but I know one Raikou. So I just pass. I can't have no plays. They top deck Torrential. Wow, what was I saying about X-Sabers playing this? And they set it. I top deck Minecon, which is insane, but I just pass. And I'm like, it's almost, I'm like, that's a Raikou almost certainly, so I can Minecon pop. But then I can't do anything with the Raikou. Like, I don't have a tuner to make like Catastor or Android. So I just pass, and then they draw Air Bellum for turn, which, yeah, okay, it's their second Air Bellum. Obviously, Cat would have been game ending, basically. But they luckily hit the Fault Troll, which is, still a good card, but I tapped that Gold Sark. And this is an interesting turn here. So I can, now Heavy's gone, but I can Gold Sark for, like Cold Wave. But I decide to Minecon, not reveal the Gold Sark yet. Before flipping the Raikou, I could have Gold Sarked first, because I don't want to, in case, I mill. But I decided to Raikou the Arabellum. And I mill Cold Wave, Gold Sark, True Nade. So there goes all sweepers, right? Heavy, Cold Wave, True Nade are now gone. So I Gold Sark for Fault Troll. Oh, I've used Cat in all my Arabellums, so I guess that's fair. But instead of Gold Sarking for like Full Helm or Rhoda or something, I Gold Sark for Fault Troll. I guess I'm looking ahead in a way where I'm just being hopeful that if any way I come back, I need a big combo piece to go off. But like he's got Torrential, Chain, and he can set this bottomless. And all my sweepers are in the grave now because of those two Raikou mills, which was very unfortunate to mill those two 1-0s, but I could have Gold Strike for one of them first. And then, hope not to mill Fault Trolls. Like, it's my way back into the game, right? So they attack for 200, set bottomless, and my Minecon's gone. So I'm almost surprised I didn't set the other Raikou. But I guess they're, thinking, playing smart in the sense, because funny enough, yeah, if I draw a Full Helm Knight, they have to choose between like Torrential or Chain. And if they set the Raikou, well, I guess they could just chain it if I top deck it there. But I draw Morphing Jar. Shout out to my sleeves, right? They're playing this. What the heck is this? Garden Strike or something? If you have 2 or more X-Saber monsters graveyard and control no monsters. Oh yeah, Cyber Dragon. What is it, level 5 Cyber Dragon? Seems okay. I don't know. Yeah, it seems cool, I guess. Hopefully you have 2 or more X-Sabers in your grave. But, especially, you know what, there are multiple Raikous, so, in Hamster, it makes more sense in their build, I suppose. But, they decided to attack this. I guess that, they would just want to see what it is before they set the Raikou or something. Ends up being a morphing jar. So they take 400 and they have to get rid of those two, which they probably don't care too much about. But then I draw 5, they draw 5, and look at this, look at this. So Dust Shoot, Fault Troll, Cat, Ember's Blade, another guard. Okay, multiple Guardian Strike. I don't know about that. But the problem with Cat, okay, well actually they do still have one Airbellum almost certainly in deck. But are they really on 3 Raikos? Even being on Hamster, I personally don't think I'd play 3 Raikos. So there's a chance that their Cat is out of targets here. Then they just set Dusty Pass. That's all they. I mean, they probably set Ember's Blade, huh? Oh, that's interesting. If they don't set Ember's Blade, I don't see why not. It's funny. I have double book with this jar, right? It's like, oh, I can like book, flip it up, and then if they change, I can chain book again. But because I have a Fault Troll, and if y'all remember, that Gold Sark is about to resolve this turn. I draw Ragigura, not necessarily what you want to draw. But of course, we do get Dust Shooted. For some reason, they Dust Shoot me before getting my Fault Troll here. I don't know why they do that. But they put the Rat back, which, what do y'all think about that? Is that a good choice? Anyway, Rat goes back into the pack, and we get our second Fault Troll. So we have 2 Fault Trolls. I'm pretty sure I just summoned Ragigura here because I don't want to, I can't really afford to not do anything. So I do summon Ragigura, and I bring back Full Knight because it's just a good card, especially with books. And I think I set 1 book and pass. Oh no, this actually makes perfect sense. I'm like, you know what, I have double book. They know I have it. If you got Mirror Force, which, has not been used. It's TT though, not Mirror Force. I swing for the fences here. Oh yeah, this was the normal summon, yeah. I don't attack with Ragigura. And my reason is, the 200 damage is not worth them having a deep prison. I want X names on the field. So I just attack with the jar. Just to get them off this. Because now a double Raikou, I could probably guess or hope they're not on the 3 of them. I don't want them to be able to book their own Raikou because they haven't activated a single book. I mean, and with Hamsters and Raikous, I feel like they got to be on some amount of Book of Moons. So, although they probably would have said it if they had it in their hand, Dust Shoot Book, because again, all my sweepers are gone. To kind of help insulate Hyunlei. But they do have, like Chain, Torrential, and Bottomless, so it is going to be tough to get through that, right? I do set both books. I guess I figure I want to be able to stop their plays if they do some crazy stuff. Wait, I'm thinking a Fault Troll might, on their end as well. They draw Ragigura. Ruggo Raggy, there it is. So, let's see what they do. They decide to summon Ember's Blade. Which again, I guess they didn't set it last turn in case I decided to somehow, summon Full Knight, bring back a guy, drop Fault Troll. I guess, they're playing around them wanting to use their own Torrential. So, interesting there. On attack declaration, I'm just going to book. In case they have Solemn, I can book in the on attack deck, and then I can book in the battle step. But there is no Solemn, luckily. I like to have to get through as well. It's already bad enough, Bottomless Torrential Phoenix Chain. But here, I draw Enemy Controller, which is definitely a decent draw. And I feel that I make a mistake here. I do summon the Full Knight. I should probably just attack. The Ember's Blade floating, it's going to be annoying, but at the same time, I can bring back, my own Ember's Blade or Arabellum. Actually, yeah. I can bring back my own Ember's Blade, and then in main 2, go for Hyunlei. And then when they chain it, I can book my Hyunlei. And they lose their, Torrential Bottomless. I guess then they could probably chain Torrential, though, there. But then I do have econ, which I could use during the battle phase. So I'll take like their whatever X where they float into with Ember's Blade. So I end up throwing a Fault Troll down here, and again, I'm probably thinking they are on traps, but I'm just hoping no TT because they're also playing Sabers. So I drop the Ember's Blade, declare Prio, bring out Ember's Blade, and man, well, they know this isn't the second decree because they saw my hand with Just Shoot. So yeah, here comes the fattest TT of their life. They do lose Embers, but I lose everything, and yeah, that's gonna be a pass for me. They draw a book, so here's the book. Yeah, definitely playing it. So I got through a trench, and then they can just drop this Cyber Dragon. It is so crazy. Like, if you're watching this, it's like, all right, let's go to game 2. But just keep watching. I don't want to spoil, but man, this is crazy. So they go cat. Okay, yeah, this is actually a misplay on their end. They don't have targets. So they just summon cat. And, they don't take it back. Respect for that, right? It wasn't like a tourney game, but still, I can respect someone not, taking back their mistake. Because otherwise, you just summon Ragigura there and add back either like Full On Knight or Emers or something. But they hit me for 300 with the cat. So menacing. And they set book and pass. And I draw Decree. So, that'll stop these two, but it's like, it is a little late. I'm only at 3,300, and I'm, a bit worried of dying here. But I actually set the Gala Chad because Cat can't get over it. And I have Decree book. So I guess and Econ, yeah. I just go all in because I'm like, if they have like a Pro Storm or something crazy, I'm gonna probably lose anyway. So I just decided to set it all. They do draw Gotham's Emergency Call here, but what I'm able to do is start a battle phase. I'm going to Decree, and it's like kind of they think here, they're like, huh, right? Why would they do that? I want to be able to book without them judgmenting the book. I want them to judgment the Decree, not the book. And I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what I want to happen so that I can not have to also use my econ to save this here. So they move the cat to defense, which is a mistake. Yeah, because they're not like sinking. Oh yeah, they already used their Black Rose, yeah. So they do Raggy in main 2, getting Ember's Blade. Okay, fair. Then they do set the E-Call, I guess hoping, just hoping for me not to like high on lay. But then I top deck Rhoda, which is amazing. Because Rhoda equals Full Helm Knight. First we flip this just to see, Now I know Torrential's gone, and I know MST is gone. So I'm not really worried about Mirror Force Chain MST. But, of course Book is annoying here. But I do summon the Full Helm Knight. And they book it, which is smart. And I could chain Econ, but there's no reason to chain it, I don't think, there, since I have the Decree. So what I end up deciding to do here is, because funny enough, Ragigura also can, it can attack over a cat, but I don't think that ends up being the right play. So I Econ take the Ragigura, special Fault Troll, number 3, I believe, yep. Special the 3rd Fault Troll, gotta play 3, which is so good. If you want to got him, right? Alright, so drop the Fault Troll, bring back Full Helm, enter battle, Full Helm over cat. Again, if you kept this in attack mode, I would not get Full Helm's effect here, right? You take a little more, you're at 7,100, so if you're at 33, I maybe understand, but I don't know, it's so, in the X-Saber mirror, it's like anything below 13 defense, technically, can be a liability. So I bring back, so their hand's gone here, right? They're losing their hand. Yeah. So they actually, yeah. So we won game one because they're losing their hand, and I have decree. Their three cards are traps, and their MST is gone. And their cat, yeah, no targets. I don't know what they could have drawn. Brain con? Yeah, I guess brain control. I wonder if that would have been the top deck for them because I don't think they used it yet. Well, anyway, they end up scooping. Maybe the replay skipped them drawing a card there. But on to game two. So earlier was my first ever Saber Mirror. This is my second Saber Mirror ever. So they draw a different build, right? This one actually has traps in my opponent's. Ragigura, TT, Bottomless, Fault Troll, Dust, Ember's Blade. So pretty decent hand on their end. I got Ragigura myself, but I got Storm, Book, Upstart, Full Night. So they set Ember's Blade. I can't really remember what I side deck. I'll see if I see any side deck cards. So yeah, they set it, and they set Bottomless, Dust. I draw Fault Troll. I Upstart. Draw into Rat. And I think I just set Rat Pass, yeah. So I feel I'm pretty comfortable just doing this. Again, lose things like Minecon. But I figure, um, it's full night proof, so I don't have to worry about that. But they are able to make Brionic here. They can kind of pop off. It's funny, maybe, the right play actually was the heavy, then Upstart, then set Book to try and prevent a Fault Troll from coming down, especially, with this play. So maybe I didn't play the turn one right there. Um, Again, leave the constructive criticism in the comments. I will accept all of my mistakes, all the 50 million. I gotta. Something I like the saying. You gotta lose to learn to lose. No, what is it? I like the saying that I can't remember. I'm pretty sure lose to learn. Yeah. So lose, a million times to finally start winning a million times. But so they discard Raggy. Again, not the best card to see in the hand. They also probably only play one, or were they on two? I can't remember. But they just, boom, they just go in. All right, here we go. 16, and let's see, what do they hit? Please be Ragigura. Almost. It's full helm. Which, since I have Book in hand, is pretty good discard for them. But just wait for this top deck. So I take 23, I take 24, and I draw Fault Troll number 2. So I don't know if y'all can see where this is going, but this gets pretty gross. So I have the Storm. And you know what's crazy? I'm really low life points, but they have this here. And, they do have Ember's Blade or even Raggy to bring back with Fault Troll to make another Synchro next turn, Armory Arm or Goyo. But they could have went like, oh, you know what? Now maybe it's better. Maybe it is better to. Oh, I don't know. I would say because I have a full hand still, right? Or I only lost one of the 5 and drawing, or 6. I don't know, drawing a card for turn still. The problem with them, if they do go Gotems, Minecon, BrainCon makes Brio just such an easy out. I only have to use like 3 cards to out everything and get in damage, or like take the if it's BrainCon, take the Gotems, tag over the Brio, tribute itself to hit the Torrential from their hand. But they did have Bottomless set. I don't know. The Storm was obviously really strong there. Otherwise, they would have had like MST 50-50, the Bottomless or something. But as I was saying before that little sidetrack, the Air Bellman attack mode is a blessing because I can only crash into Brio with maybe twice, but I think I only have to crash. Oh no, yeah, I have no. Oh, I do have full Helm Knight, but I want to get Ember's Blade in the grave. Wait a second. Oh, right. I have book. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, this is a liability because Brio has enough defense to survive full helm, and of course, Fault Troll or Gotham's would. Um, but because Arabellum, you know, the stat line, it allows me to crash those twice and still have 1,200 life points left. Book over it, bring back Emer's Blade, drop Fault Troll, and obviously, in case this was DD Crow randomly, I should have just summoned the other Fault Troll there. But drop Fault Troll, Brio, discard Raggy, bounce third Brio, Fault Troll, bring back Full Helm, special other Fault Troll, and then they scoop because they see the writing on the wall. Because right here, right, we can use the Fault Troll we just used to bring back Full Helm, sink those two for Gothams, use the other Fault Troll, bring back Ragigura, Ragigura, add back the Fault Troll we discarded, or we sank into Gothams with. Gotham, special that Fault Troll, Gothams, tribute Ragigura, hit the Tarantula out of hand, and then we can use the Fault Troll we just summoned, bring back Ragigura, add a card, add like an X Saber to hand, use Brio, discard it, add their Fault Troll back to hand, use Gothams tribute, send their Fault Troll to grave. They have 0 cards. Now they are at 9,000 life points, but we would have what, like Gothams, Brio. They have to again like top deck like brain control or something. Well, even brain control doesn't technically kill us though. Yeah, it would be very inconvenient, but we have no cards in hand, so they can't tribute if they like brain our Gothams or something. Like even if they brain con or Brio, they have no cards in their hand either. So yeah, we just got them on the crack back there. Oh yeah, and their draw for turn would have been prison, so we can just Brio bounce, and I think we would have. I can't remember if we still would have had a Fault Troll in play. Anyway, we have like a loop here. I think we need one more card to have like full loop, but a loop enough, right? As being new to the deck again. Mary, Xmas Eve. Wow, their top deck was Deep Prison. Our top deck was Decree. Interesting. And that is the replays today. So again, probably like definitely over an hour video. This is the Merry Xmas Christmas Edison with a little featuring Christmas Cole film for y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed my ramblings. I'm gonna eat me some good old food now that it's about lunchtime. But until next time, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm going to keep sharpening my blade to get X Sabers to top 8 a major in 2023. If it's not me, let it be someone else. Let it be you, the viewer. That being said, it's been Crops at KB Speeds, signing out. Bye.